Hello everybody, Xanathar here, and today I am doing a review of episode 17 of Ultraman Z, the English dub, so let's get into it. Let's get into the characters. Let's talk about Haruki. Haruki loses Beliarok, and he's been trying to get him back. But eventually he does get Beliarok back and starts working with him again. And they have a really nice scene when Beliarok asks him, "Once you wield me, what would you do?" And Haruki paused for a second and has to think about it. And ultimately he does not know. But he asks Beliarok to please work with him. And Beliarok laughs and does. Haruki is really good in this episode, has many nice scenes, and I really enjoy Haruki in this episode. Now let's talk about Judlo Senpai. Judlo is awesome in this episode. He has a great fight scene with Ayan Velosa. It's probably one of my favorite fight scenes in Ultraman. Just a good fight scene. And he gets Beliarok, and that's really cool. I wish we actually saw him use Beliarok. Beliarok sadly leaves Judlo and breaks up with him. Poor Judlo.
I am sorry, but this is over. I'm gonna miss Beliarok. We had such good times. We ate McDonald's in the base, then we went to that bar, and I killed that bartender. Then we looked in the stars. I don't think I'm gonna love again.
We also see Judlo save Cerebro. What is that about? Now let's talk about Beliarok. Beliarok is a really fun character, because he is so indecisive. He just wants to have fun, pretty much. He needs to be intrigued, and that's something I really like about Beliarok. He switched to matcha, first working with Zet, then working with Ayan Velosa, then he gets mad at Ayan Velosa for not wielding him correctly, then he leaves him, and then he works again with Ayan Velosa when Judlo challenges him, and that's fun for him. Then Judlo wins him, then he sadly breaks up with Judlo and starts working with the man, Haruki, and Zet, and just, he's fun. It's fun to see him with so many different characters. Beliarok is really good in this episode, and I really love him. Rest of the characters? Yuka comes back after her trip with Ouroboros and everything, and that's really it. And Yoko is injured by the Ouroboros fight. She eventually comes out and helps out Zet with Windam, so very nice. And finally, Ayan Velosa. Very fun in this episode, really goofy and just a good fun Ayan. So the characters in this episode are really good. Now let's talk about the dubbing. Episode 15, I said I didn't know who voiced Beliarok. Well, I now know who voiced him. It's Patrick Seitz. Well, he's the voice actor for Belial, so it would make sense that he voiced Beliarok. And how is he? He is doing a fantastic job as Beliarok. Really, he's having fun with this character. He is just doing such a good voice. His voice fits super well with the character, and I am very much happy with his performance. Honestly, I can't wait to actually see him play Belial if they continue with the dub cast. Let's say they dub Ultraman Z. That would be amazing to see his performance as Belial, because he's really good. Zena Robinson as Haruki is really good in this episode as well, and his chemistry with Patrick Seitz, Beliarok, is also really good. And Mitt Loward as Judlo is still amazing to listen to. He is such a good voice actor. And the Ayan Velosa voice actor is also really good. You can tell they're having fun with this role and just really fun. So the dubbing in this episode is again fantastic. This dub is just amazing. Now let's talk about the effects. The Ayan Velosa and Judlo fight scene. This fight scene is fantastic to watch. I love the fact they're sword fighting. It's so cool, especially because it's a human-side fight scene. It's very nice to watch, and I think it's one of my favorite fight scenes. And the Ayan Velosa finisher with Beliarok eating him. That is awesome looking. Also, Delta Rise Claw when its eyes get all thundery is amazing looking as well. It's so cool. So the effects in this episode is really good. Now let's talk about my criticisms. Something that just confused me is why can't this Ayan Velosa talk? Because in his first appearance he needed to use people to talk, and he does not do that. He's talking fine in this episode. So why can we hear this one talk? What do I like about this episode? What I said before, I love the Ayan Velosa and Judlo fight scene. And Beliarok is awesome in this episode. I really love Beliarok. So what is my final thoughts for episode 17 of Ultraman Z? This episode is another great episode of Ultraman Z. This episode is really good, mostly because of Beliarok, and he is just a fantastic character. This is a good episode. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me down below what you think of this episode, and what would you say to Beliarok if you were gonna wield him? If you like this video, drop a like for this video. If you're new, subscribe. Xanaphar is out.